Good afternoon, and thank you for joining me today to experience the Zentangle method. We're going to start with a Zentangle grid design worksheet so that we can start practicing creating structured line patterns. When practicing Zentangle designs, you can use a pencil. However, it is strongly recommended that you use permanent markers and erase anything that you draw. Don't consider anything a mistake. By using a thin black Sharpie, you'll have a thinner or more delicate quality of line. You can also use a contrasting thicker or bolder Sharpie black marker for thicker, bolder lines. You'll notice that on your worksheet, there are labels to help guide you and make suggestions for your structured line patterns. I'm starting with the squares, and I'm using the thin Sharpie to overlap and create big and little squares right on top of each other and also next to each other. Continuing with the thin Sharpie, I'm starting with the bottom right corner in the row that is labeled triangles, and they're overlapping each other and layering one another in a structured pattern. The next row on the worksheet is labeled circles. You'll notice that I started in the center with a swirl, and now I'm adding other curved shapes around in a radiating fashion. It's okay if you use other shapes. You don't have to be strict about drawing just circles, for example. Remember, there are no mistakes. Have some fun and just relax. Creating Zentangle designs and structured line patterns is a combination of meditating and doodling. Not every single design is going to be your favorite. There may be some that are kind of awkward or even ugly, but I'm sure you're going to create more that you like than you don't like. Now that I've done my initial Zentangle line designs, I'm going to go in with the bolder marker and add some line quality, which means some thicker black lines. I'm also going to shade in some areas in black, so there's a nice black and white contrast in the designs. This will make them more dynamic and interesting. Bolding some lines as well as shading in some areas black. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it's worth it. Once we're done with our Zentangle grid design worksheet, we're going to move on to the next part of our workshop. We're going to be creating our own coloring page of a choice image. Then we're going to add our favorite Zentangle line patterns to it. Let's go!